Right, welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting some movie news now, finally. Obviously, the sort of landscape in Hollywood is such that no one's working, or people are sort of working, and we're starting to get some things moving into development. Discussions are being had, and good God, we're getting a Scorpion King reboot. Okay. I'm fascinated by this. Obviously, it was part and parcel of the whole Mummy franchise at Universal. It was Lord, the worst CGI in history. It was awful. And obviously, it was Dwayne Johnson's face superimposed over it, which then obviously spawned individual movies and then a whole line, actually, of direct-to-DVD films as well. Like, there was a lot of them, if I remember rightly. Now, this is fascinating. Why was this even considered? It is beyond me. I don't hate it. I'm just really shocked that it was even, that it was even considered, just because it is a little bit so strange and so left field as well. Like, I'm sure a lot of people agree. Like, this came out of nowhere. Absolutely out of nowhere. So this is on Deadline. This is an exclusive to Deadline. And good source, obviously. I've got no reason to doubt this at all. There's like official words from people as well, I believe. So exclusive, Universal Pictures and Dwayne Johnson and Dany Garcia's Seven Bucks Productions are looking to relaunch a new Scorpion King movie and have... Basically, Jonathan Herman is the writer on this. And I pulled up his IMDb. He's only really known for Straight Outta Compton, right? He's not known for anything else. He's done nothing else. As a writer, he did Straight Outta Compton, which is obviously, people really liked it. So, I've got no issue with that at all. It's good to see him get more work, I guess, because he's not had any outside of Straight Outta Compton, except for All We Are, which is just a short. Fascinating. Just fascinating. Do you want to see this? Are we getting... Oh! Are we getting the rise of sword and sorcery back? Yes, hopefully. I love this stuff. Oh, it's so good. I still am incredibly fascinated by this. But basically, Jonathan Herman is penning the script. Dwayne Johnson and Garcia will produce, along with Seven Bucks Hiram Garcia. With Johnson booked through 2022, the studio will look to tap a new actor to play the action hero, as well as a director to steer the ship. It sounds like he doesn't want to do it anyway. I don't think this is him coming back to say, I want to, I want to, be involved in this. It's more like, well, I can get the rights and I can, right the wrongs of my past, maybe? I don't know. Because there are even insider comments, right? Insiders also add it's likely he won't appear in the movie, but given how important the property is to Johnson and the studio, there is always a possibility he could make an appearance when this film does finally get in production. So basically, sounds like he doesn't really want to. We'll see how the response goes. Maybe I'll slot in there, maybe I won't. Ooh, who knows? Would it be good to see him in the role again? I mean, he's massive by comparison to what he was back then. So yeah, I mean, it would be good to see him in the role. He would probably fit it more in this day and age. Just due to stature. And again, about righting the wrongs of your past. Yeah, I'll be keen to see him back in it, I guess. Make something good out of the garbage film that was The Scorpion King. Now, the original film followed a desert warrior that rises up against the evil army that is destroying his homeland. Plot details are vague on what this reboot will do differently than the original, but sources do say that unlike the original, this one will be a contemporary take set in modern times. Please, God, don't do anything like The Mummy. That Mummy reboot where they kind of brought it into modern times. God, it's interesting, isn't it? Good God. Where could you go with this? Contemporary take set in modern times with the Scorpion King. Are we just gonna see a take on The Mummy again? Like that sort of rando Tom Cruise modern retelling that wasn't really that modern and really wasn't that good. That's the bit that gets me. Like, we're not seeing sword and sorcery return, are we? That annoys me. You know, you got me all amped up. I was hyped for the Sword and Sorcery coming back. But alas, no. Obviously, the character has a soft spot in Johnson's heart as it marked his acting debut. First appearing as the character in Universal's box office smash hit The Mummy Returns. The studio was so happy with how the part went over. Sorry, what was that? The studio was so happy with how the part went over with the fans that the studio set a spin-off that focused on the character and helped turn Johnson into a full-fledged movie star. Are we thinking about the same... Are we... I'm speechless. Deadline. Are we thinking about the same part? That same superimposed, unrendered CGI mess? That went over well with the fans, did it? I think I remember, and I think I speak for most people, when that came out at the time, people were like, oof, that looks bad. I'm pretty certain it was universally agreed that that was bad, because it was worse. I remember it. It was worse CGI than what they had in the first Mummy film. Because I remember the CGI in the first Mummy film was fantastic. You could see all the flesh hanging off the corpse, and it was just so good. I remember that being groundbreaking. I think I distinctly remember it even being advertised on either DVDs. I can't remember whether it was DVDs or Blu-rays that were coming out. I'm pretty sure it was just DVDs. And it was used on there as like an advert for the quality of the image and things like that. I'm pretty certain I remember, because it was just groundbreaking. Or it looked groundbreaking. I don't know, whatever. I don't think we're thinking about the same part, Deadline. Not at all. But anyway, The Scorpion King was my very first role ever on the silver screen, and I'm honoured and excited to reimagine and deliver this cool mythology to a whole new generation. This is a statement from Dwayne, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. I wouldn't have had the career I'm lucky enough to have had it not been for The Scorpion King, and I'm thrilled that we at Seven Bucks Productions can help create those same opportunities for other hardworking actors today. I believe Jonathan Herman will put in the hard work and deliver a fantastic script for our global audience. Now, the only issue I have with this, right, is, you know, the initial... Let's just think about stories. So it's going to be a contemporary story set in modern times. Now, the original was Desert Warrior rising up against an evil army that is destroying his homeland. Now, I'm just going to say it. I think that there's some parallels that they could probably try and draw today with modern political messages. I hope they don't do that, because I really like this. You know, I like Sword and Sorcery, and I really liked the whole Mummy franchise. I mean, it definitely went downhill. But it has a soft spot. You know, it has a soft spot in my heart. So, Brendan Fraser, so on and so forth. Like, I hope they don't do it, is my point. But anyway, there were some other comments here as well saying, because this is from Universal Senior VP Productions, Jay Polidoro, and creative executive Tony Ducret will oversee the project on behalf of the studio. But they came out, Dany Garcia came out and said, the original Scorpion King was a crucial catalyst helping to catapult us into the world of film. To be able to now produce the next iteration as part of our Seven Bucks production slate is a special full circle moment, a testament to what we have been fortunate enough to build for our audience, and ultimately a humble reminder of the timeless value of authentic storytelling. Lovely comments, no issue there. And then Herman has been a fan favourite of the studio following his Oscar-nominated work on the NWA biopic Straight Outta Compton, which not only went on to be a huge box office hit, but earned an Academy Award nomination for Herman, alongside Andrea Burloff for their original screenplay. Now, the studio recently tapped him to do a rewrite on the next Fast and Furious film, which apparently they're going to space, which is... fucking what? And he also was set to write the remake for Mark Wahlberg thriller Fear. And he's also one of the writers on the new Scarface movie, which is good, I guess. The thing is, like, he's fine. Like, I've got no issue with him. So I've got no issue with any of this, actually. I think this is all pretty positive. I'm just fascinated that this was decided. But I'm all for it. And I love, finally, get some bloody movie news. I'm so sick of talking just crap about crap. We had some good movie news yesterday with a Quiet Place spin-off. We're finally getting some movie news. I can bring the channel back to just talking about movie news and not the internal politics of who said what, like a TMZ article. Like, fuck God. I always like doing those videos because I do enjoy doing them, but I also really like having a balance, and I like doing these videos as well, just on straight movie news and just the ins and outs of it, because I do find it absolutely fascinating. So anyway, there's not much else to go into here. I hand it on over to you. What do you think? Is this good news or bad news? Dwayne Johnson produced reboot of Scorpion King. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. You can stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. Please do turn the bell notifications on to all, because otherwise YouTube just won't notify you. If you want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, please do, at Mr. H Reviews. You can stay up to date on all of my nonsense over there. But that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care.